Hello everybody and welcome to a new series for our Tuesday slot on the channel. This won't be an every week series because, well, it's not the sort of thing that can last that long as a series. It will, however, be intersped with the other content to just make sure I'm getting something out there every week, to be honest. No, I'm not desperate for content. I don't know what you mean. So in this series we're going to look at the stock that I have for the layouts. In fact, some stuff that isn't for my layouts and it's just stock that I have because I like it. Because why not? No one needs an excuse for what they want to have. So I thought we'd start this series by having a look at my pile of unbuilt kits for the live streams. Now I'm just going to say now that not all of these are complete kits. Some of them still need stuff buy-in for them, so not all of them are ready to go on stream. However, if you head down into the comment section and let me know what of these kits you would like to see, that will help me decide what to spend money on first. Because, of course, the live streams, I want to be doing the stuff that you guys want to see. So let's open up with a couple of kits that we've already seen recently on stream, which are currently in this tray. They are, of course, a couple of 009 kits. They are white metal kits made by Gem. I bought them as not very well built, and that is, of course, a massive understatement. So we got the Loco. I think we all know what Loco that is. If we don't, of course, it is Douglas, currently wearing an RAF blue livery in real life, which I think is the livery that one is going to go into. And we also have a brake carriage to go with it. And again, a very nice kit. There was a composite of these made. I'd love to get my hands on one, but at the minute I just have this one, and Gem don't seem to make these carriage kits anymore. So, no luck there yet. And obviously these need completely stripping down. They need new parts making for them. Roofs, interiors, chimneys, chassis, all that's to be done, and of course will get done. In there we also have a traction engine, which I'm sure will be recognised as having been on stream, although it was in one piece then. As you can see, it wasn't in the best, but wasn't stuck together the best. So that came apart fairly quickly, as has obviously the Loco and the carriage. I also have, alongside that, a boxed traction engine kit from Mopoc, who I've never heard of before getting this. And it is, if we look at the parts, almost an identical kit to the one there. So I do think these may be kits from the same manufacturer at different times, possibly, with modifications to the moulding. Who knows? But so those are a couple of kits for the live stream at some point, and even a couple of road vehicles. It's not all railways. It is all railways. We also have, for the future, a Branch Lines South Eastern and Chatham Invalid Saloon. Now, these carriages were unique in real life. There was only the one of them made. And this kit represents a nice multimedia kit. It has many white metal fittings. I believe that's ratio interior seating. A wooden roof, which I shall use as a former. And of course, the kit itself is etched brass, and very nicely etched too. There is bogies and other details and stuff all in there, ready to go. So yes, a kit that I'm very excited to get on with at some point in the future. And not my only branch lines kit. Because I do also have, actually in its original box, a branch lines London Brighton South Coast 48-foot balloon full brake. Recently got off eBay. Again, wooden former, and it's all white metal and etched brass, much like the Invalid Saloon. Of course, being the same manufacturer, that is what you would expect of it. So that is another thing we have for the future. Other stuff that I have, such as a 5 and 9 models Bradfords dumb buffered coal wagon. This is a white metal kit. It has some etched brass W irons, but other than that, it is all white metal, and rather nice white metal. I don't know how well that planking, oh yeah, that is showing up okay on camera. No, I think that's going to make a very nice kit when we do that one. I got that from Chris Cox not too long ago. So the tooling for these kits is obviously still in quite decent condition. I have all the transfers for it in there as well. As is usual for the 5 and 9 kits, it doesn't have a floor or anything, so that is something I will need to make myself. And that's something I think would be good to look at on the live stream. Then continuing on the mixed media white metal front, we have a new cast Brighton 5 plank open. We've obviously seen a few Brighton 5 planks on stream. I've never been opened, this one. But as you can see there, white metal sides and ends, plastic floor, etched W irons, so a very nice kit. It even has wheels, so that one is good to go really. It just needs couplings added. Something I was rather lucky to pick up, I think, off of a friend at club. It's the wooden Wagon Works 20-foot Brighton brake van of 1859. This is an original wooden kit. I believe this one is now owned by Chris Cox. I'm not 100% sure on that though. There we go, as you can see there, that is another white metal kit. That would be a lot of scribing to do those planks in plastic hard, as we did the scratch built brake van, and a lot of outside bracing. So I'm very glad that I have this one as a kit. You see underneath there some Comet etched W irons, which I have added because the kit itself does not include any. Of course, that's kind of a moot point now. This is an original kit from when they were still made by Eric Gates, which they are not anymore. Moving on, we've got some locomotives as well. We may have more wagons when we come to it, but we of course have the Wainwright D class, which is planned to be the next big project for the stream. It is all in there now, all ready to go. It just needs some transfers making, and that is everything for it. So that should be a fun project coming up soon. And we then have, of course, the K's K-Class. Brand new, still in packaging, everything there. I cannot wait to get on with this. And I'm sure it will not be long until we do. But as you've already seen so far, we have a nice variety of things. So after the D-Class, we might leave Locomotives for a bit and do a few smaller projects. Here we have a D&S Models South Eastern and Chatham 20-ton brake van. These are the 6-wheel brake vans that were very similar in design to some Midland ones. Vacuum formed roof, etched brass and white metal. And of course there is the brake van itself, all on an etched brass sheet. Very nice, and will be another great addition to the fleet when it is done. We have a plastic kit next. Plastic locomotive. Needs some parts buying for it first, definitely. But it is a Kitmaster Sterling single. It is all there. I know it's all there. But that will be one that will be built and painted to represent the loco properly. Hopefully we shall do a better job of painting it and building it and painting it than the previous builder, because it did literally fall apart. I can't even remember what I was trying to do, but the whole kit fell apart. We have the very recently acquired K's Midland Spinner, which is not a very nice white metal kit. As you can see, that boiler is not in the slightest bit round, so there is some work to do there. In fact, the bottom of the saddle there you can see is not flat either. But it should hopefully be able to be beaten into a very nice kit when it is done. I don't make any promises on that front though. You may recognise this box. It is of course the Linney's kit box with more carriages to build. Lots more carriages to build to give us a full rake of Linney built Stroudley four-wheelers. And very nice they will be too. Talking of Linney, when they were here, they brought down a locomotive to be built, so we do have at some point a LBSC D1 to build from Wealls Spinecast. So that is another white metal kit ready to be built for Linney. There is some extra stuff to do to that as well that is not standard. So that should be a fun kit to do. I'm looking forward to that one. We have, of course, as has been seen a few times, the Golden Arrow D3, which is a resin kit, not something we have worked with on stream before. It has various white metal castings with it. Not too much of a fan of the cab detail, to be honest. We might need to do something about that. Not even sure if it goes... Oh yeah, yeah, it goes in that way. Not that you can see it with all the flash around the windows. But again, it's not something we've done on stream, so it should be a good kit to do together. That goes on a ready-to-run chassis, which I do not have yet. Here we have two 3D printed kits from Tom, Mr Turbo Snail. It's a 222 single, which is one of Tom's test builds, and a very nice little 040 shunter, which is a reject print, so it's got many defects on it. So that should be a fun one to work on together, correcting the defects. So you can see the lines in the boiler and the cab side and stuff there. Chunks missing out the bottom of the buffer beams. Under the boiler looks terrible. But these should be fun things to correct. Oh yeah, and look, some extra bits on top of the boiler there. So yes, I'm looking forward to correcting them and getting those built. Some experimenting to do before I do those though. And then heading back to the 009, I have a Langley Models Festa Fairly, which is a white metal kit. There's a few bits missing that need to either be replaced or scratch built, and it still needs a chassis. But I do like my 009. So it would be good to get on with it again at some point in the future. Hopefully not too far. Now this is an interesting one. The Brighton G1222 tank engine. Of course, these never existed. It is a locomotive I am building to my own designs. I will reveal more about it in the future, but the basis is a white metal case terrier, in fact. Not the ideal starting point for where it's ending up, but it wasn't meant to end up as this fictional locomotive when I started it. In another box we have... Oh, it's getting too dark now, we can't see. Some southeastern coloured parts and some broken chassis. These are to become eventually an 01, so that should be an interesting build to work on, but it needs a lot of thinking before it gets anywhere. That's actually bringing us up to the end of our pre-grouping stuff that I have, and there is some stuff that probably won't get built on stream, if at all, to be honest, but was what I wanted once upon a time, including a Parkside Dundas BR Rudd 21-ton ballast wagon kit. Now, I'm not opposed to building these at some point in the future, but they certainly are not priorities. I have a second one of those somewhere, but I don't know where. I also have, although missing a few parts, a Wealls Southern Q class, which I don't believe has got any tender at all. But you can of course get tenders that are correct for these from Bachmann, so that is most likely what I will do to replace that. That is part of my collection of Bluebell railway locomotives. It'll probably be released ready to run long before I ever get round to building it, but that won't stop me. And we only have 2 more kits to look at. Both came complete but have had many parts stolen out of them for other projects which need replacing first. And these are both for my Bluebell Railway collection. So we have a DJH S15, which I've always thought is quite a handsome locomotive, but again, quite far down the list at the moment as I'm not actively building my Bluebell collection. And finally, there is a DJH Standard 4 tank engine. Now, I'm just saying, these DJH kits, they are, although I've stolen many parts out of them, they are absolutely beautiful castings. They've got a bit of flash in places, but they fit together so nicely. And the detail is so exquisite. So yes, they are kits that I look forward to one day building, but are very far down the list. And as I say, they've had many parts stolen from them. So that is it for my kits. As you can see, there's a decent amount to work on. So they're not all complete. A lot of them are. So hopefully that should keep our live streams going for some time. So thank you for watching, everyone. Remember to drop down into the comments section and let me know what you would like to see done first, because that will influence where I spend money and what all the stuff gets done on. Please do remember to like, subscribe and hit that notification bell so you get notified when I upload and when I go live. And other than that, I hope to see you in this Sunday's live stream, 9 PM UK time. Thank you for watching, and bye for now.